Neuroplasticity is the phenomenal ability of the brain to change and adapt. It means that the brain reorganizes itself, makes new connections, and can even recover from injuries. For a very long period, scientists believed that the brain could hardly change after we had reached adulthood. Nowadays, however, scientists know that the brain continues changing throughout our whole life. This ability helps us learn new things, recover from brain injuries, and adjust to new experiences. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is the process whereby the brain changes both in form and function. The human brain consists of trillions of cells called neurons, which further communicate through bridges called synapses. Neuroplasticity can be defined as the creation of new synapses or a change in the strength of the already existing ones. There are mainly two types of neuroplasticity: functional plasticity. This is when the brain moves a function like speaking or seeing from a damaged part of the brain to a healthy part. Structural plasticity. This is when the brain physically changes by creating new connections between neurons. How neuroplasticity helps us learn and remember things. Neuroplasticity enables learning and memory. Every time something new is learned, such as a musical instrument or studying for an exam, a new neural pathway is developed within the brain. The more these pathways in the brain are used, the stronger the connection of those pathways becomes. This is how expertise in one skill is mastered over time. For example, as a student in school practices playing the piano every day, the neurons in his brain used in playing the piano get stronger and faster. The brain remembers how to play the piano by making stronger connections between neurons. Neuroplasticity and recovering from brain injuries. Neuroplasticity also helps heal the brain when a portion of it gets damaged, like in the case of a stroke. The part that gets damaged may have been doing a certain job, which the other healthy part may take over. For example, when a stroke patient loses their ability to speak, their brain can make ways for another area of the brain to take over speaking. That is why therapy plays such an important role in recovering from any injury to the brain. Kids' brains are especially good at neuroplasticity and can recover faster from injuries than adults. But adults can also use neuroplasticity to improve brain functions, though it might take more time and effort. What affects neuroplasticity? Several things can affect how well the brain can change age. The brain is most flexible when we're young, but even adults can still use neuroplasticity to learn new things or recover from injuries. Environment, the surrounding energetic with plenty of activities, challenges, and social interactions will stimulate the connection in the brain. On the other hand, a person who is isolated or not challenged can have a shrinking brain with decreased activity. Exercise. This is also one of the best things for neuroplasticity. Exercise helps your brain grow new cells, particularly those responsible for memory. Therefore, regular physical activity can even make your brain stronger. Neuroplasticity and mental health. Neuroplasticity may also concern mental health. It helps show how the human brain, even at difficult moments like states of depression, anxiety, and stress, may be altered. Therapies, for example, include CBT that encourages people to help their brain change such negative thinking into new and healthier ones. In some forms, this mindfulness is related to meditation in such a way that helps them grow their parts in the brain needed to show the balance between emotion and stress. So, neuroplasticity isn't just about learning new skills, rather, it deals with the betterment of our mental well-being. We are capable of making ourselves feel better over time by training our brains to think healthier ways. Can neuroplasticity be limited? Where neuroplasticity is an astonishing capability, it isn't perfect. In cases of a very serious brain injury or grave diseases like Alzheimer's, full recovery of the brain may not be possible. Even in those conditions, the brain can try to make certain adjustments to compensate for the damage. Just like muscles, the brain needs to be exercised to maintain its strength. If we do not challenge the brain with new learning or activities, then it will weaken. So, it is important to keep the brain active by learning new things, solving problems, or practicing skills. Conclusion. Neuroplasticity is the flexibility and power of the brain. It helps us in learning, remembering, recovering from injuries, and even coping with bad mental health conditions. Although our brains are changing all the time, we can strengthen them by being active, learning something new, and keeping ourselves healthy. Understanding neuroplasticity will make people appreciate that no matter the age, the brain has a great potential to adapt and change.